Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome back for another card video. Today I'm using the Christmas Wishes set by Simon Says Stamp. It has a lot of really nice sayings in it, and it's got this one that's in the shape of a Christmas tree. So I'm going to heat emboss this on some Night of Navy cardstock. I'm going to use some Versamark ink and silver embossing powder. This piece of Night of Navy is 3.5 by 2 5/8. I wanted to add a little more color to the card, so I'm going to mat this to soft sky cardstock so that I have about 1/8 of an inch mat all the way around. Now I'm going to start working on my background. I have cut a lot of different snowflakes. I have 4 different snowflake dies by Simon Says Stamp and 1 small snowflake die by Impression Obsession. So I just cut a bunch of those. And now I'm centering my sentiment piece onto some white cardstock. This is Nina Solar White, and it's the actual card base, so it's a top folding card. Notice that I marked the edges at the top and the bottom and the right and the left with just a little mark. And now I'm going to use the sentiment piece to draw a line about 1/8 of an inch inside that mark. And the reason why I did that is because sometimes the pencil lines would show if they were on the outside, and I didn't want them to show, so I made the lines a little bit further in. So I'm going to position all of my snowflakes. It turns out I didn't use those large snowflakes because they weren't as intricate and delicate as the rest of them. But anyway, I arranged them around the cardstock so that they were between the edge and the pencil line. And now that I got them all figured out, I can glue them all down one at a time. So I'm going to pick them up, put some 2A glue on the back, and then lay them right back down. So I'm going to do this for all of these little snowflakes. You can also use different sides of the snowflake. So I cut off this one piece of this snowflake and added it to a small spot that I had, but it wasn't big enough for a whole snowflake. Now I'm just going to take my scissor and trim all the way around the card, all the snowflakes that are hanging off. And that is my background. So now I'll take my sentiment piece and I'll put some Scotch foam on the back and adhere that to the center. So now my pencil lines are not going to show because they're a little further in. Now I have this silver thread, and what I'm going to do is use it 3-ply. So I'm just going to make a long enough piece that I can make a bow with it. So I'm being a little generous because this thread I've had forever and it looks like I haven't used any of it. So, I'm going to cut this off so that I have 3 pieces, and what I'm going to do is tie this into a bow. So it took me a couple of times, and so I just decided to edit out the first couple times I did it, and so this is the time I did it that actually worked. So I think if you make your loops big enough to go through there, because the thread is pretty delicate. So then I'm going to kind of play around with it a little bit, and I made all my loops a little bit different in size, so some smaller, some bigger. And I think that makes it look a little more full. And then I just kind of pulled my ends until I got the sizes that I want. Now I'm going to take a glue dot. This is 1/8 of an inch, and I usually use my paper piercer. I kind of form it into a ball, and then I put it down on my cardstock where I want it. So this bow is kind of going to be the trunk of this tree, and then I'll press it down. Now the first time I did this card, the bow actually came undone even though there's a glue dot underneath. So this time I decided to add some multi-medium matte. It dries matte so you don't even notice it. And I just put it all over the center of my bow to make sure that it would not come undone. And then I just cut off the tails, and that is it. So that is the card for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.